And welcome back to another episode of Chick Chick Boom. Today we have an AR-15 sleeping in my bed. But guess what? It's time to wake it up. Why? Because we're going to take it apart and we're going to clean it. So for those of you who are new to the AR-15 platform, I'm going to show you how this happens so you can get comfortable with taking it apart after shooting several hundred rounds through it and make sure it's good and clean. So I'm going to show you how to remove the upper from the lower, remove the bolt carrier group, and clean it and lubricate it so she's ready to live and fight another day. Alright, hang with me here. Alright, so don't mind me here as I try to do this one-handed, but so if we're gonna clean this AR, let's go ahead and drop that mag. Go ahead and hit the mag release, drop that mag. Next, you want to push out your two takedown pins. You got one here, one here. I usually start with the rear one. Now mine's probably going to push out a lot easier than yours might if you've got a brand new AR. Mine comes out pretty easy, just the way I got it set up. But yours you might need. See there, it's already starting to come apart. Yours you might need to give it a little tap to get it to go through, just because they tend to be pretty tight when they're brand new. But nevertheless, that's what you need to do, is get these pins pulled out. So got both my pins pulled, and we can just remove the lower from the upper. And as you can see, this is a custom built lower, so in case you're wondering why it looks the way it looks, but either way, when it comes to the lower, these typically don't get really dirty down here, but you can just add a few drops of gun oil in there to some of the movable parts. But for the most part, up here where you have your bolt carrier group and your charging handle, this is what needs to be removed. That's part of your bolt carrier there. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to remove that. And then once you remove that, that's what you're gonna want to clean really good, is the bolt, and then as well as the housing inside the upper. So clean it and lube it. So that'll be the next step, is removing that. All right, here we go. Can I do this one-handed? I'm not really sure. But basically, once you have this apart, go ahead and take your charging handle, take it out, give it a pull, and then from there it slides right out. Now your charging handle is going to kind of come to an end, and what you need to do is basically this will pull right on out of there. And as you can see, where the gas tube, it rides in that channel in the charging handle, so when you put it back in, you just need to make sure you insert it in there as you're putting it back in. But essentially that's all it takes to get this apart. So you take your bolt carrier group out, and this is the part that you're going to want to spray down and clean and then lubricate when you're all done. And just a little heads up, you want to make sure this is pulled out as opposed to pushed in when you put it back together. So you want this to be out like that when you put it back in, otherwise you're going to have some trouble. So this is what you need to spray and clean really good. But after that, inside here in this channel where the bolt resides, you're going to want to take like a large Q-tip or something and clean inside here and get all that ammunition residue out of there. Get this area good and clean as well. And then again, you want to make sure it's lubricated. One other thing that's kind of interesting to see is, as you can tell on the charging handle, how it has those little wings that stick out on each side. Well, that corresponds with, see that there, yeah, one on each side. It goes in there. So basically when you insert the charging handle, if I can do this one-handed, you know, basically you want to put this in there and line up those marks just like that so it can actually travel. So that's how that works, and that's how that comes out. So in a nutshell here, as I'm trying to work wonders one-handed here, trying to show you how to clean an AR, that's kind of it in a nutshell, is removing the takedown pins from your lower, remove that bolt, and then I showed you how this charging handle's got those two little lips that kind of line up with those two cutouts on the inside here. So that's pretty much it. And when it comes to putting it back together, basically once you put that in there, when it's lined up, you basically take this bolt and you line up that the tube more or less in that channel of the charging handle. So you put that in there like so, and again, I'm one-handed, so I just can't really do that good of a job, but essentially that's all it does. It goes right back together just as easy as it comes apart. So clean, lube, get oil all over your bed sheets like me, but that's pretty much how you do it. So I'll show you how this thing goes back together in a second. So we got the charging handle and bolt carrier group back in there. What we're going to go ahead and do is line up these holes here with your pin. Put that in there. Sorry, one-handed. That's lined up there pretty much. Push your pin through. It'd be a lot easier if I had a better camera setup. But either way, got that through one-handed, so you got to give me credit for that. You just slam her down. Push the other pin through. There. Just like that. That's pretty much how you take apart and clean an AR-15. And don't get me wrong, this video probably made it look harder than it needs to be just because I'm trying to record it and do it one-handed. So if I can do it one-handed, I'm pretty sure you can do it with two. Alright guys, check, check, boom, over and out.